Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I'm actually going to pick up from where we left off yesterday. So Bonk, I made a video and I showed you that I'm going to take the trade, and the name of the trade is that I will trade this in front of you. I was typing the entries, I was typing the stop losses, the take profit. The stop loss was 2149, not 1249. A typo in there. And we had an amazing win on the private, okay? So imagine if someone is trading with $10,000, and if it was 3% up, that's like $300, right? Now the thing is that we won. We updated our stop losses to 2307 after taking an entry from, where was this one? So the entry was 2170, and we kind of made it risk free. And I showed you clearly in yesterday's update that, okay, put the stop loss here, take the entries right here, and try to trade. Now I did update my stop losses. I did realize that it is time for me to kind of have Bonk to, as soon as we pumped up to 2391, I actually said, you know what, it's a good idea that we actually change our stop losses, and we put it up to 2307, and it actually took it out. But from the entry, this was 2172. 2307, that is 6.22%. Now again, if someone is having $10,000 to trade, that is $622 in profit. If it's 5,000, you do the math, it's like 300 something. So it was an amazing win for me. It was an amazing win for other people, and I hope it was an amazing win for you as well, because all we did was take 0.8% as our risk, or probably 1% in there, and right now it is actually down again, a little bit sideways. But one thing I may say is that there has been a loss of a particular trend line right here, and that is not a good sign. So you can see that you came down and you're coming for the retest. So what I do see is maybe touch 2247 in here, get a little bit of a rejection right there, and start to fall down and go to 2102. Now one lesson that I want you to learn is that we were looking to take profit at 2651. Did it go there? No. Did we lose the trade? No. What we did is, and this comes with the fact that you are experienced enough to read the chart pattern. So what I did in here is that, I know this. I know a technical target might not be met. It's crypto after all. It's a controlled asset. It's a controlled coin by bigger investors, and you have to understand that even if you look at a target, it is not 100% guaranteed. It could fly to the target. On Friday we had Pepe that actually went to the whole target, but Bonk in here didn't actually do that. However, there are support and resistances that you notice. Now for example, in here, when you had this resistance broken at 2297, I brought my stop losses up to 2256, right? After breaking that resistance again at 2365, I brought my stop losses up to 2307. So you trail the stop losses along the way, because if they want to screw you over, you will end up in profit, and you'll just get out in a safe way, and you'll avoid all this drama to the downside and get disappointed for even having that little bit of profit just goes away. Because if we didn't actually update our stop losses, then what could have happened is that it came down to 2168. Again, nothing much made, and you don't even know what's going to happen next. As I said, you have this trend line now that is actually breaking. It could come up to 2281 and then actually drop down again, and your stop losses are going to be taken away, and then you'll feel bad about the fact that you had profits, you didn't take it out. So that solves the issue. Trail the stops, put the stops, change the stop, follow the stop when a certain little bit of resistance gets broken and retested. Because once they break a resistance, and this is what I always say, I'm pretty sure when I write change the stop losses, there is something that I always say. For example, in here, there's this message. I just want to show you up that the reason, okay, all right. My goodness, what's the message? Yeah, now bring stops to entry. This is what I always say. You can bring the stops to entry whenever a coin starts to pump up again. And this is what I always say. The coin does not have any business coming to entry, right? You don't have any business. The thing, what this message really means, and today I'm going to show you visually because a lot of people don't understand what it is. So for example, in here, if we go to 5 minutes time frame in there, and we try to see the 5 minutes time frame, right? I'm going to zoom in into a certain little bit of support and resistance, which is right over here. Now, for example, you have broken that resistance and you have back tested. You can see that there was a back test in there as well. So this was a successful retest, right? Which means you can put your stop loss right over here or right over there. And as soon as you come down and you take these out, you don't have any business to do that, which means it's a bad sign. You don't want to go down here and take that stop loss at all because you've already back tested and it's successful. So that means if you come and take it out, you will continue to go lower, and that's exactly what was happening. You took it out and you actually continue to go even a little bit lower. The same can be said with the downtrend as well. So right now, let's just say that you do have this one support and resistance going on just right over there. Bonk, what it can do is actually go back up to 2251, right? So this is almost like a little bit of a bear flag, and you can trade this. You can do this as you're watching the video. This is another accurate thing that can still happen, because what you're doing right now is you came all the way down, made a bear flag, you broke the flag, you're coming for the retest. So what is going to happen here is that you touch that trend line, you make rejection to the trend line, right? And your stop losses can actually be somewhere right here near 2284, right? So you go to 2284. This is a place where you can put your stop losses. Again, it doesn't have any business to just push above that particular area, because you're going to break that resistance. The retest is actually going to fail to the downside. It's going to actually pause and start a bullish run to go back up again, right? So that's how it's traded. And what you do is you come up here, you expect that rejection to happen, you put your stop losses. It is 1.67%. If you win the trade in here, the bear flag actually gets successfully played out, then you're going to actually have a gain of nearly, it's going to be from top to bottom, and that is like 8% move, which is going to go down to 2075. So you have 1.7% risk, you have like 7.5% reward in there. And that's just how you do things. And as soon as you go down, let's just say, for example, you come down here and then you take this little bit of support out, you back test that support to resistance, update your stop losses right to maybe 2234, because you don't want to go back up above that particular area. Now, the reason why we're not going to be updating our stop losses like very, very close here is because you also want to keep in mind that you want to give a little bit of a breathing room to your trades as well. So you don't want to actually do something where you're just breaking this support and it turn into resistance, and then you go back and you just want to put right on the face of that retest, right? You want to give it a little bit of a room, maybe up in there, so that the trade actually does play out. A wick can happen and then go down, so you want to avoid those wicks and stop loss hunts as well. And that's it for this bonk update. I'm pretty sure that's going to kind of give you a little bit more insight as to how trading are taken. And that's why I do say today's 11, in the next 9 days, I'm going to open up for June private entry. If you want to trade along with us and take these low risk, big rewards, you can join and message me on Discord. If you're not on Discord, comment Discord, I'll give you a fresh invitation link. And that's all for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love.